So this is the first lesson on the topic of powers, and we're going to be looking at powers and indices. Okay, so today we're going to be looking at index notation. So what we should already know is that if we write something as x to the power of n, that means x multiplied by itself n times, where x is the base and n is the index or power. So there's some indices that we have to know. So if I have x to the power of 1 over a, that means I have the a root of x. So let's look at these examples. So if I have x to the half, that means I've got the square root of x. If I have x to the third, I've got the cube root of x. In the same way, if I have x to the power of a over b, that's the b root of x to the power of a, or the b root of x to the power of a, and it doesn't matter which way we apply them, we can do it either way depending on the question. So if I look at this question, I've got 9 to the power of 3 over 2. Now, I know that 9 is a square number, so I should probably apply the square root first. So I can put that equal to the square root of 9 all cubed, which is 3 cubed, which is 27. If I look at my second example, I've got 8 to the power of 2 over 3. I know that 8's a cube number, so I'm going to do my cube part first. I know that the cube root of 8 is 2 squared, so my answer is 4. If I applied it the other way around, it would have been much more difficult for me. So I need to have a little think when I'm applying these kind of indices. So, let's move on. So the reciprocal of a number is 1 divided by the number. What this actually means is if we write the number as a fraction, then we just flip the fraction. And if we have x to the power of minus 1, that is the reciprocal of x. So if I have 4 to the power of minus 1, all I need to do is flip my fraction. So 4 is equal to 4 over 1, so 4 to the power of minus 1 would just be 1 over 4. If I have a quarter to the minus 1, it's the reciprocal of a quarter, so I flip my fraction, so I get 4 over 1, which is 4. Same with 2/3. I've got a fraction, so I'm going to flip it, so I end up with 3 over 2. Now, if I have x to the power of minus n, then I have 1 over x to the power n. So if I have x to the minus 2, what that means is I'm going to have 1 over x squared. So if I have 3 to the minus 3, I've got 1 over 3 cubed, which is 1 over 27. Now let's look at this case where we have x to the power of minus a over b. And we're going to do the exact same thing, except now we've also got the reciprocal. So if I look at my example, I'm going to have 1 over 27 to the 2/3. Now I know that 27 can be cube rooted, so I'm going to apply that first. And then the square. So I end up with 1/9. The only other two cases we need to know is that x to the power of 1 is x, and that x to the power of 0 is 1. So let's look at a summary and a few more examples. So you've got the summary on the left, and we're going to use that to try out the examples on the right. So I recommend pausing the video and having a go yourself first. So the first one, I've got 3 to the power of a half, so I know that that is root 3. Now I recognise that as a third, I can't simplify that any further. Then I've got 3 to the power of 3 over 2, so that's going to be the square root of 3 cubed, which is root 3 times root 3 times root 3. And I know from SIRS that root 3 times 3 is 3, so I end up with 3 root 3. 3 to the power of minus 1, I've got 1 over 3. 3 to the power of minus 2, I'm going to have 1 over 3 squared, which is 1 over 9. 3 to the power of minus 3 over 2, well, I can look back up here where I've got 3 to the power of 3 over 2, because this is 1 over 3 to the power of 3 over 2, which is going to be 1 over 3 root 3. 3 to the power of 1 is 3, 3 to the power of 0 is 1. I hope you found this video useful, and let me know if you have any questions.